All right, we're ready for our next recipe. And so what we're gonna be making is Luigi's Tower of Tires pasta salad. So what we've got is these super cute wagon wheel pastas that I've already cooked. So I'm hungry, I didn't eat lunch. We're also gonna be grating fresh Parmesan. We're gonna use fresh mozzarella. We're going to use grape tomatoes. And yes, I know I'm not technically supposed to have the skin on a vegetable. Some things you just have to make exceptions for. We're gonna be using sea salt, here so you can see it, garlic powder, dried parsley, and pepper. We're also gonna be using some olive oil. And the recipe also calls for black olives. Little note about Shannon, I hate black olives, so we're not gonna use them. So we're just gonna ad-lib that part. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this going. I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so I've grated our Parmesan cheese. What I'm doing, hello, is I'm gonna go ahead and put the cherry tomatoes, I'm gonna split them in half because you're using a whole box of pasta. So you don't wanna just leave those in there whole. Let's make a little, you know, but that way it spreads it out a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those in half and get those ready to go. Okay, so we have our tomatoes all cut up. We have our Parmesan ready. We're gonna go ahead and start measuring out our spices, if you wanna call them that. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and start measuring those out. And we're going to use from garlic powder, half a teaspoon. If I can dig out which one's a half a teaspoon. Sprinkle that on the cheese. We're just gonna mix all of that together. And for the dried parsley, I bought this today, so I gotta take the top off of it. I don't usually keep dried parsley. Okay, so we're gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon of the dried parsley. Okay, and some salt. I'm gonna use about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And pepper, just a taste, but I like some pepper in mine. All right, very easy. All right, we're gonna mix that together and then we're gonna get our mozzarella ready. And we're listening to Moana, perfect. Got the villain's apron on. We'll be right back. All right, we're ready to assemble. So we have our wagon wheel pasta for Luigi's Tower of Tires pasta salad. We have our cheese, our garlic powder, our parsley flakes, our salt and pepper, hello. We're gonna pour that in. And we have fresh mozzarella pearls, which if you've watched any of my videos, you know, I can never say no to. And pour that in. We have our tomatoes that have been halved, pour those in. It's looking good. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I love fresh basil. So I'm deviating a little bit from the recipe. I'm putting some fresh basil in there. That's why I call it ad-libbed eats, because you kind of maybe take some liberties. And we're also gonna add in, sorry for the noise, 1/2 cup of olive oil. Or maybe 2 or 3. Come on. All right. Now we've got all of our ingredients there. Let's stir it up and see if it tastes any good. Let's give her a stir and see how this turns out. Look at these handles, so all of my wagon wheels are falling out. All right, now let's get it a little taste. Try to get a little bit of everything. I'm gonna totally fill my mouth with this one because it's got the mozzarella in it, but. Wow, that's really good. You can really taste those spices. They're subtle, but they're definitely there. The fresh basil really adds a next step to it in the flavor. The fresh tomatoes, the mozzarella. So now we have Luigi's Tower of Tires pasta salad. We are doing this from Cars 2006 from our Pixar Disney cookbook. It's delicious. Refrigerate it, and when you do, those flavors will really start to kick in, And so later on, if you want to have it with dinner or tomorrow, you're absolutely gonna love it. It's so good. That fresh Parmesan really kicks in too. So, all right guys, another recipe in the books. Thank you for coming and stopping by. I hope you try it, I hope you like it. If you do, click that like button for me. If you're interested in seeing me cook my way through the plethora of Disney cookbooks, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join me on this very kooky Disney culinary journey of mine. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.